toxin?
It's mostly from water damaged buildings, and water damaged buildings can have endotoxins, biotoxins. Well, it'll trigger that immune response. So I have seen people with long COVID. I think they're honestly suffering from CIRS. It's just their immune system is not able to now turn off that level of inflammation because, again, the other side is not able to recognize it and shut it off. So there are a lot of children that show or present CIRS symptoms, and it's very, very light things. So if your parents and maybe if you have the genetic thing, obviously one of your parents has it, if not both. If they give you like double whammy of the genes, your chance of being affected
Ah,
is
okay.
higher. So there are kids that have the HLA, and then they will present even at a young age. One of the biggest symptoms is when your child is born, if they're having GERD issues. So like they drink a lot of breast milk or formula, and they're always throwing up. So they can't tolerate anything. And then when they're in like elementary school, these symptoms are they get headaches frequently or stomach aches, or they're tired more than the average child. These are the small symptoms. And then it's just over time, if your toxin bucket load gets filled and now it starts overflowing, that's when the symptomology becomes really present, and you will start feeling what they call it a multi-system, multi-symptom. So it affects many of your systems in your body, and then it has multiple symptoms. So where I think CIRS gets really confusing for people is there's a whole process and cascade that occurs, and it starts affecting your adrenal function, your androgens or your hormones, your sleep, your pain. And so people start getting misdiagnosed for so many different things. And people say, oh, it's fibromyalgia. Oh, you have chronic fatigue syndrome. And
Hmm.
the question should always be why? Why did that happen? What is going on? And I just saw a number, a statistic where if you get a second diagnosis, 80% is usually different. And this study was done by Mayo Clinic. So how do you know that
Yeah.
the diagnosis you got is correct? So the in 2008, I believe the USGAO accepted that CIRS is an illness, that mold in your homes from water damaged buildings can make you sick. So it is accepted. This is the only peer reviewed, evidence based protocol that has
Ah,
over 25 papers written on it. I think it will be the one that's adopted. I know that there are so many mold protocols online, and it's not getting to the root cause. The root cause is the chronic inflammation. The cytokines releasing and affecting leptin, and then leptin receptors are releasing lots of leptin and causing some people to be overweight. But it's because they're trying to release a hormone called melanocyte stimulating hormone. And what ends up happening is it gets blocked from being produced, and that it's that MSH that then affects all the different downstream symptoms. When
huh.
we get sick from this illness, we produce a lot of cortisol, and that affects our brain. Initially, our brain will become, I guess, it has a lot more excess cortisol in the hippocampus. Then it affects our hypothalamus, and then it affects our pituitary. And at first, that innate immune system is trying to tell the adaptive side, there's a fire, we need to resolve this. And cortisol is obviously that stress response. Nothing happens. And over time, the brain says, we need to shut down. We have so much saturation of cortisol in the hippocampus. And when that shutdown happens, then the other parts of the brain start also saying, we need to shut down to protect this body from dying. And when that shutdown happens, that's when that master hormone, the melanocyte stimulating hormones, reduces. And it's when that reduction happens that every downstream symptomology starts to occur. That's when our hormones get messed up. Again, the chronic pain, lack of sleep, the electrolyte stuff.
DoctorsToTrust.com, the world's #1 site for short annotated nutrition videos, 100% free.